This is KE7THQ with tonight's discussion. And tonight's slides and scripts are on the ERC Connect website. So if you open up the website and go to the training for tonight, you'll start with slide 1. So why do we do nets? Well, in the amateur radio, we do nets on a regular basis. But why do we do them, and what are they supposed to accomplish? Slide 2. Broadly speaking, nets are a way we practice our emergency communication plan. Each net we participate in usually has a preamble that explains why we have the nets and what they do for us. In looking at the preamble I use for the Rigby region, let's see what it says. Slide 3. The first thing it says is to exercise communications. And what communication, communication involves transmitting information so that it is accurate and the receiving party understands the information. Slide 4. So how do we transmit this information? Well, that really depends on what your plan says. Do we use voice radios? Do we use digital radios? Do we use the telephone? Do we use the internet? Do we use smoke signals? Semaphore flags? Or do we have a can on a string? Or do we just use word of mouth? In whatever way we have planned to communicate in an emergency is what we need to practice. Slide 5. We need to test our equipment. If our emergency plan uses any kind of equipment, we need to make sure it's in working order and that we can use it effectively. Can we operate any radios that we need to? Are the batteries in our equipment strong and charged? Do we still have internet access if we need to use our plan? Do we still have the skills and equipment necessary to build an effective fire? Do we know where the semaphore flags are located, and are they in good shape? Can we find our cans, and is the string in good shape and connected securely? Do we know how to speak clearly so that we can be understood when passing messages verbally? This is KE7THQ with tonight's training. Let's go to slide 6. Next is improving our operation skills. Communicating effectively is a skill that needs to be used often so we don't lose it. Operating equipment is a skill that we need to use often to maintain our skill level with it. And knowing our emergency plan and how to implement is also a skill we need to maintain. Let's go to slide 4. Pass message traffic. Now this is a critical skill. It is the information we are passing on. First of all, is it accurate? Do we know the source, and can we verify it is accurate and not just someone's opinion? Did the receiving party receive the information as given? Was the information given to the intended recipient? One of the tools that we have is an ICS 213 form, and it is a valuable tool to use no matter what method we use to transmit our information. Without all this, valuable time can be wasted in an emergency. Let's go to slide 8. Preparing for emergency operation. Now this is probably the hardest to know, because only if we've been involved in an actual emergency will we know how well we will do. All that we have discussed tonight are things we can practice and prepare for. The only part that is hard to prepare for is how we will react emotionally. If we have practiced the skills that we've discussed today, it makes it easier to function emotionally when emergency comes. Slide 9. So why do we have nets? In one word, practice. Practice and practice. Slide 10. Any questions? Come now with your call sign.
KE7IHV.
KE7IHV. Go ahead, Steve.
Yes, I'd just like to put a word out there regarding mesh core. People need to put nets together to make them things useful. Otherwise, it's chaos. Very important to have them organized so that any messages or whatever that's being officially sent back and forth follow these guidelines that you just spoke about, and that we're not just pushing information out. Information that's unverified and commented on is this chaos. So thanks for doing this. Appreciate that. KC7IHV clear.
Thank you, Steve. Great information. And yes, it doesn't matter what net we're on. If we're just sending out random comments and stuff, it makes no sense, but especially with mesh core. So we're all going to start learning mesh core and learning how it works right. Learn how to run nets right, no matter what kind of a net we're going to run. Any other questions or comments, please call now.
Kilo Mike 4, Quebec Alpha Alpha.
Quebec Alpha Alpha, go ahead.
Yes, thanks for the training, and I want to beat the drum that anyone who possibly thinks they could do it should
Echolink KE7THQ
at control station and experience exactly how that person manages to keep track of things, and then for the next session, be the net control with your mentor right beside you. It is a wonderful learning experience, and I recommend it to everyone. We never know who it is who's going to be on the radio and have to start an ad hoc net. Thanks.
Thank you, and that's great information. And it really doesn't matter what kind of a net we're running. We need to learn how to be the net control. Thank you for that comment. Any other questions or comments, please call now. Nothing heard. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here tonight. Any other questions or comments or information, please call now.
7HTH.
HTH, go ahead.
I'm finding it interesting where we have these new forms to try to learn how to have what forms you've got and know how to fill them out correctly. Over.
Are you talking about the ICS forms?
That's one of them, but if you're running a net on the ERC net, you've got the new forms for checking in that are new on our system, and it's a little bit different. Over.
Well, that is a true statement. We need to learn how to use the tools and the information that's available to us. And yeah, the roles that we check in on are a little different than they used to be. Me, I'm still old-fashioned. I print them out and use them on paper, so whatever works. Any other questions or comments?
Kilo Mike 4, Quebec Alpha Alpha.
UAA, go ahead.
Yes, I recently helped out with communications for the River of No Return endurance race over at Chalice, and I had a couple of people who were associated with the race, managing the race, and they'd come up to me and both talk at once, I did not have any message forms to put in their hands to get them to calm down, think through what they wanted to say, and present it to me. So having message forms to put into the hands of people is a great stabilizer.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that comment, and you're 100% correct. Any other questions or comments? Nothing heard. This is KE7THQ. Appreciate everyone that's commented and participated this evening. Turning it back to KF7BRO.